This is the horrible part, I think. Maybe the whole thing's horrible. Hey A&J family, it's Jason, and today we're going to be talking about Jason True Life Stories. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification to become part of the family. And don't forget, all the products that we use in our videos are linked down below in the description. With that being said, last thing, if you like our content, definitely share with family and friends. Now, to get into these stories, I'm going to share two stories with you. We did post something on Instagram a little while ago on what story you guys would want to hear next. So I'm going to start that one. That'll be the second story. I'm going to start with this one first, and then we'll get into that second one. So the first story is that this takes place right around I was a teenager, I believe, or so. And me and my buddies and my friends, we'd always hang out at my house, and we'd eat a bunch of junk food, play video games, pizza, all sorts of stuff, right? So we'd get pizza. We used to get pizza, but only on special occasions when I was younger. As I grew up as a teenager, we got more opportunity to get pizzas, things like that. So me and my friends, of course, would start to order the pizzas on our own. And we were getting ready to watch, I think, a Laker game. And all my friends are over, all my brother's friends are over, my sister and her friends are over, and my dad's home at this point, and my dad's telling us to order the pizzas. So after a couple of times of him telling us to order the pizzas, finally I think that I got on the phone, called the pizza place, and started ordering the food. And of course everybody's like, oh, I want pepperoni, I want cheese pizza, I want anchovies, all this other stuff, right? But everybody knows that pepperoni's the best, so I basically just got like a couple pepperoni pizzas. And so anyway, I called it in. They said it'd be delivered in like 25 minutes, you know how it works. Anyway, so I called in, but I didn't tell anybody that I called it in. So my dad's saying to call in the pizza, and so finally I tell him that, okay, I called in the pizza. So anyway, the next thing he's like, hey, you guys gotta go get money to pay for the pizza. Because he didn't have cash, we didn't have cash. And so I think at this time, we didn't have our credit cards yet. Meanwhile, me, my dad, my brother were all going back and forth like, okay, we gotta get the cash, but all my friends are over, all his friends are over, we're all distracted. We're probably, I think we were playing video games at this point just before the game. And I believe it was a Laker playoff game. I'm trying to remember what year it was, but anyway, so all of us are just running around the house. I would say that there's about, I want to say about 15 to 20 people there at the house, at least. I would say around that. Anyway, long story short, we're running around, it's all loud. All of a sudden you hear the doorbell ring. Ding dong! And everybody knows who it is because everybody's at the house already, right? So as soon as the doorbell hit, all my friends and family, because they know us, we all hid. We all ran, and people went into the closet, hid under the bed. People went upstairs and laid down like behind the couch and stuff. All of a sudden, one of my friends, as the doorbell's ringing, everybody just bolts, right? And my friend's right in the middle of our living room, right by the front door. And he goes, hey guys, I think the pizza guy's here. He turns around and sees no one. Like, you could hear a pin drop. Like, after all that noise, you could hear a pin drop. And he's like, guys, seriously? I don't have any money. And he's like yelling up the stairs, like towards the back of the house. And he's like, this isn't funny. You guys, this isn't even my house. And he goes, I'm not gonna answer the door. And then all of a sudden, my brother in the background's like, hey, answer the door, I think it's the pizza. And he's like, dude, I know it's the pizza. Your dad said to go get money. You guys didn't get money. No one has any money to pay for the pizza. And anyway, so he finally goes and answers the door, right? And the guy turns to him and he goes, okay, it's gonna be like $40 for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 pizzas or something like that. And as they're looking at each other, and I'm upstairs, and I'm looking at the guy at the front door. This is a guy that goes to our high school that's delivering the pizzas. Looks at my friend, they know each other, and they go, oh, hey, how's it going? And then he goes, hey, you know, it's gonna be like 45 bucks. And he goes, I don't live here. He goes, I didn't order the pizzas, I don't have any money. And he goes, the pizza guy is like, wait, so what are we gonna do here? How are you gonna pay for the pizzas? Like, cause I can't just take 5 pizzas back, you know? And my buddy's like, dude, you guys, come pay for the pizza, this isn't funny anymore. And we basically pooled all of like, I don't know, 15 or 20 of my friends' money together. We ended up being able to pay for the pizza. I said what's up to the guy that actually went to our high school. And my buddy who basically got stranded, who knew that if something like that happened, you know, you get out of there, you know? And he's just like, man, because I'm never gonna trust you guys with freaking ordering pizza or anything. You know, you guys blame me for not taking out the trash. I don't even live here. I don't even get it. This place is crazy. But anyway, long story short, that's what happened. That's the first story. Here's the second. Don't judge me. I'm not a teenager at this point. I am a little kid on the second story. This is the one you guys wanted to hear about. This is the famous beanbag story. An unfortunate story. It's pretty terrible. It's hard to tell this story because it's just a terrible, it's just a terrible thing to do. And I didn't know any better, and this is long, you'll know why I'm saying this. But so me and my brother and my sister, we all grew up very competitive. We played sports. We played 3 sports most of our life: basketball, baseball, and soccer. And so we're all really competitive. And I don't remember what exactly was happening, but my parents weren't home. And mind you, I'm a kid. I'm not a teenager in this story. I am a kid. I am like, I don't even know. I want to say 5-ish, 6, something like that. And Santa got us 3 beanbags. One for my sister, one for my brother, one for me. My sister had a black one, my brother had a blue one, and I had a red one. They were brand new. At this point, I think it's probably like February, so they're like 2 or 3 months old at this point. And me and my brother had gotten in an argument. And me and my brother had never really physically fought. Like, we never got into it like that, but we would verbally fight. And we were arguing about something, and because we're both competitive, we weren't, we were pushing back and forth. And mind you, I'm like 5 or 6. I'm thinking as a 5 or 6 year old, and I'm like, you know what? He's bigger than me. Mind you, he's my older brother. And I'm thinking, he's bigger than me, and I'm probably not going to win the physical fight if there is one. And I'm thinking to myself, how do I get back with him? We're arguing back and forth. He thinks he's right. I think I'm right. And anyway, I got the idea of, I'm going to get back at you. And so I decided that, I'm going to pee on your beanbag. Yep. So I took his beanbag while he wasn't looking, and I took it down the hallway because he was in the living room at the time. I took it down the hallway, took it into our room because we shared a room. I put the blue beanbag down, and I don't know what I was doing or thinking, but I just peed on the beanbag, just straight up. Peed completely on the beanbag all over the place, and thought that was a good idea. And so I peed on the beanbag, then I closed the door and just left it in there. And so then I'm coming out. Little did I think, I'm like, dude, he's probably gonna find it. I mean, what is he gonna do when he finds it, And so anyway, so I'm thinking this is hilarious. And I'm walking around, and only like 10 or 15 minutes goes by, and he goes into our room, opens the door, and he just takes like one whiff of it, and he goes, what the? It smells like, Jason, it smells like piss in our room. And I'm like, I don't know why it smells like piss in there. You better check. And he goes in and he goes, what the heck is going on, Jason? Why did you pee on my beanbag? And then he started to freak out, and he's like, he comes running down the hallway, and he's like, why did you pee on my beanbag? And he goes, because I don't know why, because I'm trying to think of why, but I don't know why. And he goes, I can't believe you were doing that. You do this. When mom and dad get home, I'm gonna tell them. And then, so now I'm thinking, crap, dude, my dad is gonna be pissed and my mom is gonna be pissed because these are brand new. Anyway, so I'm thinking, what the hell am I gonna do? We can clean it off, right? But of course, I'm like 5 or 6 at this time, and I didn't think of cleaning it off. Of course, I'm thinking of it now. Could have just easily cleaned that off. But anyway, so we didn't, and we just started arguing back and forth. I think he got really pissed. Long story short, he kind of just dropped it, and I'm walking around thinking, okay, so how am I going to explain this to my mom and dad? Why didn't I think of wiping it? I don't know why. Anyway, so I'm thinking, okay, you know, when are they going to be home? They were out and about. I think they were getting groceries or something, so I didn't have a lot of time. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do to hide the beanbag? Or, I mean, how do I hide it? It's brand new. So anyway, while I'm doing this, my brother gets really pissed, and mind you, he's competitive too. So he decides to take my beanbag. Little did I think, of course, why didn't I protect my beanbag? I pissed on his. Why didn't I protect mine? Anyway, so he went ahead and got my red beanbag and pissed on it. Yep. And I didn't know this, of course, until I walked into our bedroom. Now we have 2 beanbags pissed on. 2 beanbags with urine on them. Brand new, parents are coming home. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck, man? Like, I pissed on your beanbag because I was mad at you. And then he's like, well, I pissed on your beanbag because I was mad at you. And so I'm thinking, great, so now we're both in trouble. So this works for both of us, I guess. You know, it's that whole touche, you know? I'm thinking, all right, so nope, it's not all right. I'm not gonna drop it. And I'm thinking to myself, I gotta one-up this. You know? And mind you, I'm 5 or 6 years old and not coherently thinking, and man. I did something, it's not good. It was not good, wow. My 5-year-old, 6-year-old mind was thinking, I'm gonna one-up you. So I went to go get him back. I had a little bit of sense, I guess, because I remember doing this. I went ahead, went into the kitchen, went underneath to the cabinet, pulled it open, got a glove, put a glove on, went back down the hallway, don't know why and what I was thinking, went down the hallway and into the bathroom. Went in the bathroom, lifted the toilet seat up, lifted the other seat up, and guess what? Well, of course, someone had used the bathroom and not flushed it. Of course, maybe because we were little kids and we were just messing around and not paying attention. But I don't know who. This is the horrible part, I think. Maybe the whole thing's horrible. I think the whole thing's horrible. Someone had taken a crap in the toilet. So I decided that it would be very smart that I would get my glove that I put on, reach down into the toilet, pull out the crap out of the toilet as it was falling off into the toilet. I ran with the crap through the hallway into me and my brother's room and threw it on the beanbag. So now his beanbag has piss and crap on the beanbag. Now, it's a horrible story, I know. And here's what's better. We didn't even think to clean it up. I think we were so like, I don't know, we were so crazy about we just peed on each other's brand new beanbags and put a poop on one of them. And I think we just panicked and we're like, we don't know what to do. My brother comes in, because he sees me coming into the bedroom and he's floored. He's like, what? How? Why? Why? Like, and we're both looking at each other. At this point, I don't even think we're actually mad at each other. We're just panicking because now my parents are coming home. And of course, again, like out of a friggin' TV show, of course it happens. Jingle the keys. You know, at this point, we're not parking the cars in the garage. So it just, once that door's unlocked, parents are home. Door's unlocked, parents walk in. My dad and mom sees I think you see my sister. My sister has this like ghostly look on her face and goes, just like points down the hallway. My mom and dad walk over, see me and my brother, sees our beanbags, and it was over, man. I mean, my mom and dad were really pissed. Like, this was early on, of course, we were kids, and you know, these were Christmas gifts. You know, I don't know how expensive they were, but they were pretty nice beanbags. Of course, I didn't know because we didn't really have time to enjoy them that much. But my dad and mom, like, they immediately got them, cleaned them off, and they just felt it was just too unsanitary to keep them, so they ended up throwing them out. And my mom and dad basically said, like, if you ever treat something like this again or do anything like this again, you know, you're going to be staying home for a while. Mind you, there wasn't a lot of punishment you could make, right? Because we're little kids, but, you know, we did have our little friends and stuff. You know, I think I was in kindergarten and my brother was in like 1st or 2nd grade. So we did have some friends. So they were basically saying like, you're not going to see your friends again for like a month or anything like that. I mean, looking back now as an adult and how funny the story was to tell all my friends and things like that, it is funny. It is funny to tell, but looking back, like, even though I was 5 or 6, it was pretty terrible, and I like vividly remember it. And yeah, it was terrible. It was really terrible. I literally hope my kids never do anything like that. That would be bad, because I would be mad too. Plus, it's like 3 months old. So, but yeah, that's the story. That is the beanbag story, the famous beanbag story. There are a lot of other unfortunate stories that I can tell you. Man, they're probably endless. But this one was probably among the grossest, I think the grossest story that I actually have. But every time I tell my friends, every time, you know, I told my parents' friends, things like that, you know, as I grew up, everybody they thought it was horrible and nasty, but they always got a kick out of it and they were laughing. But it is funny, but it's not a great, it's not good. I wouldn't want my kids to do it. And like I said, we were just really competitive and wanted to get back at each other and one up each other, and that's what we thought of when we were 5 or 6. So that was the comeback then. Maybe it's because we didn't have the comebacks, so that's what we did. But so I hope you enjoyed the story and you got a kick out of it just like I did. Remember, I was 5 or 6. Please don't judge me. Have a family-filled day. Bye-bye.